States, and I am your host, Mr. Lou, or you can call me the Ludist. Either or works for me. We're gonna be doing some lip syncing, so like I might turn this lo-fi down a little bit more. But in the meantime, have at it and come enjoy. I only have some limited time just because I gotta get ready and go to my show later. But I want to take this time to enjoy my time with you guys. But what I got here, I have a rig. It's a 3/4 view. I'm thinking we should just do some mouth stuff, you know? No pun intended, but maybe we should do some mouth stuff. I was gonna throw some like deformers and stuff in here for the jaw and whatnot, but how I'm doing this is the jaw, I have at the highest, most open that it should be, right? I'll show you why eventually later if I stream it. But in the meantime, I want to draw all these mouths for what he's saying. So we're gonna go through that and then just kind of one by one. So for this, we're gonna need onion skins. We're gonna turn our onion skins on. I want to do it just so I can see the recent one, and not so much the one before, but just the recent, just so we could draw some in between. So we're doing this on 12s because I believe this is only 12 frames per second. Yeah, 12 FPS. So from that, let's continue. One of my more protagonist characters, I would say. He's not so much a support character, but he's a protagonist because he's got a lot going on in his life, and a lot of these characters I have in this series are really deep. This one in particular, it's this whole concept of this portion of the series is because he has a reunion with an old comrade, you know. So from there, they kind of link up and things happen. But anyways, yeah, let's get to it. I might be a little quiet on this one, but I'm only gonna try to record for like about 30 minutes, and I'll be talking here and there. But a lot of this is going to be drawn out frame by frame. But the great thing about Toon Boom is you could have frame by frame and mix it with a little everything, you know? So it's fairly entertaining. So that being said, let me grab some of this. I'm going to turn this music down. Boom. So right there should be good because I want to be able to hear him. So he's got like this thing going on. And the beauty of that is we don't need to actually animate the mouth too much, right? We could just kind of use our deformer that I'm going to plan later to do a lot of the movements. So, oh, I don't want that color. This is the color I want. So we know his mouth comes this way. We want the teeth to stay in the same spot, right? So an mouth. I'm going to do something real quick. Just let's do this on the lower just so we can draw over it. I got to make a little diagram because I'm having trouble with this. I took the outline away, but I'm going to do these mouths fairly fresh. So I'm going to use that as my center line. For someone that's shocked, their mouth tends to be more open with like two sad frowny faces in disbelief, right? We want it to be spread across more to make it more believable, because we want this mouth to kind of curve around that way like that, right? And I'm not using the right one. I want to use my pen because this is going to allow us to do some pretty cool stuff later, which I will show you later on in another episode maybe. So I'm going to do a max line for where I think his jaw should end up, and then I'm going to do another line here to emphasize where those teeth should be, right? So his teeth come up here. If he's going through his skull, see how his jaw kind of breaks in? His teeth are going to start where that jaw breaks in, right? Before we draw those things in, I'm going to get the side of the mouth, and I'm just going to kind of piece it together. We want it to go in the same motion as his jaw. It looks a little off, but it'll look better once I get everything in place, right? It's going to be a lot of redraw and stuff like that too. And look, not everything needs to be connected. I'm going to show you why a little later. So if someone's in shock, usually they have it there. You'll see their teeth kind of dazzle back and forth like that, right? Then you'll see their tongue in the back. But then they'll also have their lip come around this way, since we're at a 3/4, and it'll meet us there. Now, what I'm going to do, this is going to be the base mouth of all the other mouths. So what I'm going to do, oops, I'm going to grab this red piece we don't need anymore. We got our mouth all set up, right? I'm going to go back to our line layer. I'm going to grab our little tool here. And then we're just going to start piecing it together as is, right? Add some stuff, move it around as I need. Well, that's why we don't worry about too much. So you got this, man. You got this. If you have Toon Boom at home, feel free to follow along, but overall, I'm just going to be here doing my thing. So now we have a mouth. See that? Got his teeth kind of up this way. I think they should, if I put a peg here, it should supersede almost. Not by too much. So we're going to go ahead and put another one there. Kind of drag it down a little bit. I'll have to take this magnet thing off because it keeps wanting to jump to the next one, right? Boom. And just like that. So, for my character, the design has a really big lip. And I want the lip to wrap around. So I'm going to start here at the teeth, right? Again, use the pencil. And I think that might be too much. I think like half, and then the other half here should be enough. But I don't want it too big because he's opening his mouth pretty wide. And you could put wrinkles if you wanted to, but he has his mustache covering a majority of what's going on. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw a little nub in here. So theoretically, he's supposed to be like an anthropomorphic frog. And this is supposed to be like an action shot of him, right? I'm just going to go ahead and draw some teeth lines. I might do them on an overlay. It might be better. Yeah, overlay is better, so that way when I drop the colors, it's not too harsh. Here, here. There we go. So we got that mouth. So he stutters for so we're going to open it more. This voice, by the way, is by my awesome friend Adam Bullock. Excellent voice actor, excellent, and an awesome creative mind. So shout out to Adam Bullock. Go check out his channel, Adam Bullock VO, on YouTube. I think it's Instagram and all the other platforms too. Starts changing right there. So with this, I'm going to drag this all the way over here because we don't have a pin for it yet. But when we do this, when we start drawing, it's going to create another frame. If you want to skip that, you could just do this, right? and this will stay where it is. But if you wanted to just draw on it, it should just fill it in. You see that? So what we're going to do is we're going to fill it in. So easy way we can do this. Got this piece over here. I'm going to keep my finger there just because I don't feel like marking it. And I'm lazy sometimes. It's okay to be lazy in animation. You know why? Because you're the one animating this. Ain't nobody gonna change that for you, right? So I want to make sure some of this stuff stays the same. We copy this. Oops. Sorry, that was for when I made the thumbnail earlier. If I copy this drawing object and I come back here, boom, and paste this here, now we have an exact replica of that mouth. And you know what we can do? We could slowly open it up without having to do too much. See that? So this one, we want it to be more of an E sound. So if you open your mouth and go, eh, you look at yourself in the mirror. This is more out, right? And we could actually stretch this over more. And then we could probably add that little divot back there because he's opening his mouth so much, right? So we'll get this guy. Click him here, boom. Oh, I'm gonna turn this back on so that way they attach. See that? Click, click. This comes back more this way. But we want it to be in alignment with the old one. So we're not gonna change that too much. And then this one. We'll go ahead and curve this so that it's in alignment, right? I'm going to move this down here just to give it a little bit more emphasis on that creative movement, right? So now with these all set, I'm going to grab these guys. I want all these nodes right here. Let me do the marquee key. Let's do a lasso. And specifics I want to select. So if we have all these and we manage to grab it with this little block here, we can lower it a little bit to kind of give it that effect that it's closing, right? So it's like, and then this one's more of like an E sound, so it's like eh. So his mouth's going to be closed more, right? So if we copy this, again, copy, and then we paste it here. So I didn't copy, I pasted. Again, we want to copy everything so it's consistent. Copy. Oops, silly me. I'm supposed to use the select tool because I'm smart. Sometimes I'm not smart, but it's okay. We're animating. It should be totally fine. I think I drew this on the wrong layer. Yeah, I drew these on the wrong layer. Let's move these down. You want to know why? Because I'm smart. See, yeah, we're on the nose layer. We want to be on this drawing right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy everything. X, paste here, going to copy X, and then I'm going to paste here. And just like Bob Ross said, we don't have mistakes. It's happy little accidents. For this happy little accident, we want to make sure we delete these drawings off the nose. So we don't need these extra drawings on the nose. So I want to delete the selected drawing. We want to do the same here. Delete selected drawing. This one we'll probably just delete from here for now because this is his nose. We're going to mess with that a little later too. There's a lot of little things I'm going to do to fix this. So we got these set one by one, right? So his mouth's supposed to be closed and being more of an E sound. So what we can do, we can select our guys again. And then from here, we can start shaping it to give us the sound that we need. Oops. So lips are going to be back more. This guy is coming up from here a little bit. It's kind of look more like a thing, right? These guys are all probably going to move over. We're not going to curve this as much, so we're going to kind of ease into it more, right? It's more of a natural E sound, not so much E, but right? If we bring it in here, we can close this up a little bit. So it'd be like, and then the regular E sound is normally just your mouth closed like E, you know, if you look and do S, the same movements are like the same portions of your mouth. Or not portion, what is the word I'm looking for? There we go. It's like the same shape your mouth makes when you make those, right? So here, let me go ahead and grab all this stuff. We only need those right there to make the E sound. Save, we're gonna copy, I'm gonna paste that here. Like I said, we only want to copy this portion. If there's a little extra, it's fine. It's fighting me today. Copy. Come on, man, paste. It's fighting me. It really is fighting me. Oh, it's I see what I'm doing. I'm not using the select tool. I'm using like old, well, not old. I'm using the shortcuts that Clip Studio would be giving me, and they're not the same as the ones on here. Since I'm not on Toon Boom too much, it's definitely gonna fight me. So we're gonna go full E. Not trip out on this. I gotta detach this guy here. All right, so I'm gonna do this. Delete that guy. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do right now. Let's just redo this. There we go. Okay, so we have that. I'm gonna create the mouth where it bundles together here. And here, we're going to create a line to kind of indicate where the teeth are meeting together, right? So it's doing this thing. So I'm going to connect this here, this out here. More of a teethy look, like he's really opening his grin, right? All right, we got little dudes connected there. Boom. Teeth. E. Now we're going to do these little slits just to make give it some evenness. This gives it some depth, you know, not so much depth, but it gives it some room to work with. We want to open this up more. not so much that he has a underbite, but I want to reflect his mood. So I might go back and fix that on a lot of these because I want it more pointed. It's more like teeth when it's pointed, you know. Instead of this being curved out, we'll leave it like that. Same with this guy here. It's going to look weird if the teeth move too much. We like them ideally to stay in the same place. And if we can't, then it's fine. Won't move around too much. Shouldn't distract the viewer too much because that's not where he's going to be focusing. A lot of animation is to keep the viewer engaged where you want them to be, right? And we're going to use a lot of those tricks. It's got that upper stash too, so I don't want to use too much of the wrinkles, and I want to have this wrinkle drawing node over here to exemplify them. Perchance. You can't just say perchance. Well, guess what? Perchance. Oh, nice. Now we get to do the T sound. So we're going to need this guy here. It could either be a closed T or an open T. No? So I'm going to go with the voice actor. So he has more of this open T look over here. So what we can do is we can copy this entire drawing here and then just move the tongue. Copy, paste. No, we want the whole drawing, not just the little bits. Copy, paste. But we're going to delete this because that's going to change. This is probably going to stay the same. We just don't need this one. So I'm going to delete this one too, just temporarily. We're going to draw his tongue touching the back of his mouth. So how I like to do this, I like to create the bridge, right? Go back to the pen. You can animate in the other piece if you like, but I prefer the pencil because you could edit it a little bit more. Now we can connect that over there. So, and then I'm going to create that little center piece on that tongue. And, oops. I'm going to give it that much more depth. So we see the whole tongue actually lifting up, right? Now, I'm going to connect everything. Connect the dots. 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 Met someone quite lovely today. It was nice talking to her. Fun experience. You know, you get at a dog park and you click with somebody. She was really cool. I'm going to try to practice more. What do you call that? Socializing today. I'd like to just say networking because that's literally what I'm doing at a lot of these shows is I network a little bit and I meet cool people that have common interests. In this field, you want people with common interests because it helps. Aw. So we get to create the aw sound now. Leviosa. As Harry Potter would say. Potter. All right. Going off these and out of these tangents. I literally just want that one. And I'm going to show you why. Copy. Oh, he did not give me the one portion that I needed. I need this portion here, just this. Control C. Control C the hell out of that. Control V. Awesome. Cool. Now, see how much of a circle you do? Thought, So you have a little bit of the teeth showing when you make that sound. And we're going to probably need the center line for this one too. So I'm going to go all the way back here. I think I got to remember which one I made the center line. It's this first one here. So his mouth is going to come up here to this centerpiece. So we're going to start it from here, right? And again, we're using our pencil. I'm going to go here. From here, we don't need to draw the rest of the teeth in that mouth because he's making an all sound. His lower lip is covering that, right? But again, his lower lip is also protruding. So we want it to protrude as necessary. And I'm trying to keep the amount of depth that lip has, right? So now I'm going to take out what I don't need. Don't need that, don't need that. Connect this, connect that. We're going to rotate this out a little bit, give it some character, right? So now he's making that "ot" sound, right? I want to make a more open, or "ot." I want to make like an open O and then like a half open O, so it's smooth. It's a little smoother. It's a type of easing. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this, right? Copy with our select tool. Paste it down here. We grab our little thing, our magic piece, right? I'm going to skip that one. It's kind of going to be the same. Let's see, we don't need this one here. We can just delete it. It's got the same kind of motion, right? What we could do is probably bring this in more, right? There we go. Fixing that up. So we kind of have like an easing O. What face do we make when we T? We have that one already, right? So check it out. So what I want to do is I want to make this smooth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this. And we're going to have like a closed T sound and an open T sound. So I'm going to duplicate drawing, Alt-Shift-D, right? This is not going to be the same drawing because we're duplicating it, right? I'm going to get rid of this, but I'm going to grab this and I'm going to move it in more. This is the one I want here. These are the droids I need. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this and move it this way. That way we have more of like a closed T. And delete this. This. Don't need that. This is all wanky janky, so let's fix that. Delete, paste, open, connect. Yeah. So we have a lot of these already. So U. So that'll be similar to the U, but we could use the big one. So this one will be the small one. And then D. Duh, duh, duh. So it's almost this. It's going to be dead. Dead. Open. And then big open. Small open. And just like that, we have "We Thought You Were Dead." And then we could probably make like some regular lips that are closed, right? But with the onion skins off, check out how much we've actually got accomplished. And just like that, that's lip syncing 101. If you like this tutorial, I guess you can call it, feel free to follow me on my YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever you want. Lewd Concepts. You know, I'll be here. We'll be having more Scribbled State episodes. I got to get ready for my show. But it was fun to have you guys in the meantime. So until next time, my fellow